One of the biggest topics of discussion right now in this country is about the minimum wage. So what's wrong with paying a $15 an hour minimum? That's next on Conservative News. Here's a clue about minimum wage. Just because you're earning that amount of money right now doesn't mean you have to earn that amount for the rest of your life. Who says you have to? Unfortunately, the people that are pushing the minimum wage, like President Obama, they are pushing the propaganda that people with a minimum skill level and a minimum education and that are at their first job are entitled to the same amount of pay that beginning policemen, firemen, and teachers make. Can you tell me how that is fair? You can't just demand to make a certain amount of money. You actually have to have the skills that make you that valuable to your employer. That is only basic economics. Some days there's so much whining about a $15 an hour minimum, you have to wonder how we ever sent pioneers into the western frontier. You know what? There's almost no way we could do that today. One of the most mindless arguments that you hear today about the minimum wage is that people who work hard deserve a decent paycheck. Well, no, actually you don't. You deserve what you agreed to work for your employer for. If you don't like what you agreed to work for, then go make a deal with someone else that better suits your needs. And who decides what a decent paycheck is anyway? Some people need $30,000 a year, and some people need $90,000 a year or more because of where they live and because of the size of their family. Well, with all this talk, McDonald's has decided to reluctantly pay minimum wage, mainly because they have to in certain areas of the country. However, because those costs are so high to their bottom line, what they've decided to do is install full-service kiosks in some of those restaurants. And they're replacing cashiers, and customers can order, and their order goes all the way back to the burger flipper, and no cashier is involved. So catch a clue, $15 an hour complainers. McDonald's and other companies are going to put you guys out of a job because they're going to pay a minimum amount of people $15 an hour for a job that requires zero skills. Obama keeps on insisting he wants this, but it's like he doesn't even have the most basic understanding of economic principles. This is Alan with Conservative News, and if you would, please like this video and click the red subscribe button below this video so you can get our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. You deserve what you agreed to work for your employer for.
You deserve what you agreed to work for your employer for.
You deserve what you agreed to work for your employer for. You deserve what you agreed to work for your employer for.